You have a comment? What do you want to say? No, you got to say it from here, baby. No, okay, camera's on you. Damn, it's not even midnight. You already fucked up. Okay. I'm glad you're not driving. Don't drive. Don't drive. All right. Hey, that's Boston for you. Yeah, we're here for Big Shug's album release party for his album Triple OGzus. I always make sure that I executive produce all of his albums because he's one of the founding members of Gang Starr. You know, his older brother, well, actually his younger brother, Suave D and Guru started Gang Starr, and mainly they really started in Atlanta in college. So even though they're all Bostonites and born and raised, they were in college at the time. So at Morehouse, and he was like, "Yo, let's put the group together." So being that Suge has been through a whole bunch of different levels of the game, you know, from being incarcerated to coming home and making records with us, touring with us, being a brother and a father and just a great friend, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't grow up with him, but I feel like we've known each other since my childhood, being I come originally from Texas. So anything that he needs support in, I'm always happy to do it at any price, any cost. You know, he's one of the only ones that I'll do lookouts for, and not because I have to, it's because I want to. You know, so it's a legacy thing too, especially with Guru being gone because we can't bring him back physically. So Suge is a very, very big force of feeling Guru through our soul when I see him, because all the good times and the bad times we had together, it just never goes away. So I love when I get to come out to Boston and see him and hang out. Boston embraced me. I remember the first time that I ever went to Boston. It was when Ed OG was doing a video for I Got to Have It, and we were doing an in-store at the record store right on the corner. I forgot the name of this record store, but it was it's one of the ones in the hood that everybody respects. I forgot the name of the store. Damn. Oh man, it's fogging me right now, but we were there to do our Gang Starr in-store, and we saw the Awesome 2, Special K and Teddy Ted. They were like, yeah, we're shooting a video around the corner, and I didn't know Ed OG. I didn't know anybody from Boston but Suge and Guru and Damo. You know, I knew him, and then boom, next thing you knew, we were in that video. That record popped off. And then and again, everybody embraced us, especially me, being I was a new member of Gang Starr because I wasn't originally in the group. You know, back when Mike D and all of them were in the group. You know, when he was down with Shab and everybody. So to accept me, you know, in their city is always a big thing, and you know, feels good to still be honored and respected as the group that put it down for hip hop. I'm always support Boston again, just on the origination of Gang Starr and all that stuff. So I'm an honorary Bostonite. You know what I'm saying? I will not wear Red Sox gear. I will not wear Bruins gear. I will not wear any Celtics gear. But I'm an honorary Bostonite. You heard it from me directly. I've been doing this the same way, even when it wasn't heavily heard on the radio, because you know, all music takes a shift and goes different directions. But do what you're good at. I'm good at the boom bap. I could do that bounce stuff and everything that they do. That's easy, but it's just easy for me. I like a little complication in the way I create, especially with sampling, being this art form in the culture of hip hop. So I like to make it a little, you know, tricky, where the people that really appreciate it from the level of how we were brought up. I mean, we were brought up from a different era of great artists, you know, so we had to be on that level of being dope. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get accepted or get into the same clubs or even be on the radio. So obviously what I did was right, because I've survived almost 3 centuries. You know, like I'm going on 30 years of doing this, and I'm 49 years old, and I still love it. You know, Suge is 51. And he's loving it, you know, and still smiling, still having fun. Got kids to raise. I'm a father now, you know, so I want to, you know, just stay active. It's not a thing where you retire until you just really don't want to do it no more, which is like any occupation. But producing, you could do it, you know, all your life, and I love producing. I think it's a dope art form and a dope practice, and I still love producing. So even if I wasn't in a group, which now I'm in, you know, me and Royce are in, you know, together as PRhyme. Shout out to him. You know, look, even that, doing PRhyme was a new project. and it took off, and we got to tour off of that, and that still, doesn't stop me from producing other artists, which has always been my dream, was to produce. Now I've always wanted to get into scoring films, and I'm about to do a score for and executive produce for VH1 for this new clip called The Breaks. It's going to cover like the 90s era, but it's going to be like a 2-hour special. If it takes off, then they might extend it to a series, but just the fact that we're going to really cover it the right way of the 90s era and previously in the 80s era, which led up to the 90s era, being that was a big part of my career was the 90s, because I really got on in 1988. So it's gonna be dope. No, it's gonna be like a movie. Yeah, like the TLC story that they did, Crazy Sexy Cool. So yeah, it started out as an EP, just 5 songs, using the music of Adrian Young, who's a young talent from LA who believes that the music from 1968 to 1974 is considered the golden era of recording, period. So he feels like that's the era of the most purest music. So that's why his music still sounds like that era. And Mike Herod, who works at Shady Records, he's an old friend of mine from way back in the days. He brought up the idea. The Slaughter House situation just never panned out to the degree of where we put it together that way. And I was really busy at the time, where I felt like I didn't have time to do it as well, with schedules and just all kinds of stuff like that. So Royce was like, yo, I still want to do it. Are you down to do it if me and you do it? And I was like, yeah. So we did it. And, we did it just to bring back some pure, raw music and raw rhyming and scratching. Next thing you know, we were on tour for 6 weeks. We just got back, and I just got back from Moscow, Russia today. I just flew back today. So I've been out there, and we did 2 PRhyme shows in London and in Manchester, England. One of them we did with Jazzy Jeff and Todd Terry, so old good friends of mine. It was a nice thing for Red Bull. And then, then I went to Moscow, did my thing with an artist named BMB, who's like the popular hip-hop artist out there, and he's really into sampling. And we put our drum machines together, linked them up. He started banging the drums live. He gave me Russian samples. I took the Russian samples and just started programming it to his drums, and then made it sound like the way I do my bounce. And we got an artist named Anderson Jack, who's you're gonna hear from. He's a singer. He's dope. And so you'll be hearing about him. He did the lyrics. He's still writing it, but we got the bases started. And we did 2 beats just to mess around, see if we could vibe out, and the vibes were good. And they were all Russian samples that he brought to me and said to hook them up the Premiere way, and he did all the drums. So I didn't do really anything but just lock my way of tapping the chopped up samples to his drums. Just being different, and it doesn't take away from what I do when I do my thing, because I produce on my own. So that's gonna still be that way, because I'm selfish when it comes to that. I like to do it all: the bass, the drums, the samples, the guitar, the keys, everything. I don't know what the update is on it. I mean, he we talked about it for years and years and years. He says whenever he's ready to push the button, he's gonna let me know, and I was like, cool. I don't stress it. I mean, Nas is like my younger brother, so I knew him before he had a record deal. I was there when he and Big L signed in the same conference room the same day. I was going up to Columbia Records just to pick up some vinyl, and they happened to both be there signing their contracts. And so we got so many memories. And like I said, Nas is such a old friend of mine. I'm not stressing it. Whenever he says, "Prem, I'm ready," I'm gonna turn the drum machine on. Until he does, when he doesn't, I got so much other stuff to do. I got the NYG's album about to drop. MC8 from Compton's Most Wanted is about to drop his album with me, called Which Way Is West. NYG's is called Hustlers Union Local NYG. I got an artist from Texas named Khalil. He's got some stuff dropping. I'm working with a guy named Afro from LA. You're gonna be seeing a lot of him. He's 17 years old and can spit. So I'm busy, man. I'm busy, and then I got the Breaks film with VH1. I got my documentary about the D&D history, because we just moved to a new studio because they sold the building, so everybody moved out, and we did a full documentary. So and I'm doing an album to go along with it called Last Session at 320, because the address is 320 West 37th Street. So it's gonna be my first DJ Premier solo album. I did a compilation album back in 2010 with Get Used to Us, but this is gonna be
a full DJ Premier album with a lot of big names. That's all I can say. A lot of big names. Nope. No, but they're big. And the PRhyme Deluxe album too. The PRhyme Deluxe is dope. We got a lot of ill artists. So.
Video Black Doc about that.
Oh yeah, he's on it. Yeah, he did the remix to Wishing. He was supposed to be on the original, but their manager had passed away. R.I.P. to Rich Nichols, and you know, when he passed away, he was just not in the mood to do the joint. So Common said, "I'll do it." That's how we got Common. And congratulations to Common, man, on your Oscar. You deserve it. Shout out to you and John Legend. And now we got Thought. Thought called me out of the blue and was like, "Yo, you at the studio? I want to come by after I leave Fallon." I'm like, "Come on by." And he destroyed it. It was the way Royce was like, "Oh man, I gotta do a new verse." So, you know, that's when you know you're happy. So, shout to Thought. Shout to the whole Roots crew. The one that me and Guru always say is be original, and if you want to be in this business, compare yourself to everybody that you like, that you think you can qualify to compete with. And if you think like that and you know, compose your stuff like that, you should be able to get on and make it in this business. But that's the mentality that we did, and that's how we got on. And next thing you know, EPMD is like, "Yo, Gang Starr, we want to take y'all on tour with us." We're like, wow, you know, when they were like super big, you know, and Rakim seeing us at a club going, "Yo, I love y'all music," and Big Daddy Kane saying, "Yo, I want to take y'all to open up for us." So that's when you know you made it, when all your pioneers and people that you looked up to is telling you that they want to do something with you when we were just nobodies on the come up. So. But that's, again, we compared ourselves to who we thought we should be on the level with, and that's why our music is high level. And every album that we ever dropped always outsold the next, you know. So, and I still have that mentality today. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm still a Jordan in this game. So, don't ever think that that I'm gone. I'm here. Yo, what up, y'all? I'm DJ Premier. You're checking out NEHip-Hop.com.